I still thought Trubisky should have been the starter to start the season. And I'll tell you why. Okay, Nick Foles is a great backup quarterback, no disputing that. He's a great person. He's a great teammate. One thing he's not great at is a starting quarterback. If you take away, he's 5-11, guys, outside of quarterbacking, starting quarterbacking, if you take the Eagles out. And in those games, he's thrown more interceptions than touchdown passes. Even last week, as great as he is, yes, he threw 3 touchdown passes, phenomenal. He could have thrown 3 interceptions in that game, too. That's how tight those things were. So, to me, Mitchell, and I don't know if Bear fans are going to be scared over this comment. They're going to have to go to Mitchell Trubisky back, and I'll tell you why. Durability is a huge thing in the NFL as well. That's another thing that Nick Foles has not been able to, he's not been able to stay healthy.
Well, all I want to know is who's going to win tonight?
Tampa Bay 27-17.
Set 20 by 10.
27-17.
Wow. You know, the spread's plummeted all the way to only Bears.
I don't care what the spread has done.
Get 3.5.
I don't put spread on my sandwich. I don't want no spread or bread spread.
You trying to jinx him?
No, I ain't trying to jinx. Skip in Chicago.
That defense is still really good.
Nick Foles came in against Atlanta, and they won that game. What happened the very next week when he started, and there were expectations? How did he look when he had expectations? How did he look in Jacksonville in the system? Because the guy that was at Jacksonville OC came from Philly. How did he look in Jacksonville? Gardner Minshew was the starter. And they moved on from Nick Foles after they gave him $50 million guaranteed.
Nick Foles has one of the greatest playoff resumes ever.
Skip, I'm not going to debate that. That NFC Championship game in the Super Bowl might be the best NFC Championship game, Super Bowl combined in NFL history. I won't deny that. But his body of work is very incomplete.
Okay.
Ends up on top and gets his first win as a starter with the Chicago Bears. And his first overall over his last 6 tries. (20-19) is the final. And a rematch of Super Bowl 52. Not as much, obviously, on the line, but for these teams early in 2020, a big game. Tampa Bay 3-2, the Bears.
I done did the DOS, I done did the KODs. Every time I'm in that bitch, I get to throwing 30 G's. But now I'm hanging out that drop head, I'm riding down no collar. They let my nigga earn back home, that young nigga be wildin'. We young niggas, we mobbin', like Batman and with Robin. This 2-door Maybach with my seat on reclining. I'm like, real nigga, what up? Real nigga, what up? If you ain't about that murder game, then pussy nigga, shut up. If you dip me in your rats, I get your pussy ass stuck up. When you touch down in my hood, no, that tour life ain't good. Catch me down in MIA, and that heat game on wood. With that Puma life on my feet, like that little engine I could. Boy, I slide down in your block, bike on 12 o'clock. And they be throwing deuces, I'm the same nigga they watch. And I'm the king of my city, cause I'm still calling them shots. And these lanes talking that bullshit, the same niggas that flop. I'm the same nigga from Birch Street with them that braids that lock. The same nigga that came up and I had to wait for my spot. And these niggas hating on me, hoes waiting on me. Still on that hood shit, my Rolls Royce on E, they gon' remember me. I say remember me. So much money at your friends turn to your enemies. And when this beef, I turn my enemies to memories. With them bricks, they go for 40, ain't no 10 the key. Hold up, broke nigga turn rich. Love the game like Mitch. And if I leave you, they ain't dumb pretty hoes gon' still suck my dick. It was something about that rollie when it first touched my wrist. Had me feeling like that dope boy when he first touched that brick. I'm gone. Woo!
Nick, the trend kind of continues. You're not finding that consistency that you're striving for on offense, but you are winning games. How do you come to grips with all that? Is this what you guys are? Kind of a win ugly, inconsistent team? Are you okay with that? Or does the offense really have to improve for you to go where you want to go?
Well, I first say, would you rather lose pretty or win ugly? I think that we'd rather win ugly. I think that's the common thing. So I think it tells you a lot about our team. Is this who we are offensively? We want to improve. We want to get better. We want to have rhythm. But ultimately in the NFL, it's about winning games. It doesn't matter how you do it. It just matters that you get it done. If you put up 50 points and you lose a game, those 50 points don't mean anything. So right now we're winning games. We're playing together as a team. We can improve. I think that's exciting. If we were winning these games and playing perfect and they were this tight and we're playing perfect, what do you do? Where do you improve? I mean, then we're sitting here as like, man, I guess when we just, play those teams, it's just not going to happen. Well, right now we have a lot of areas to improve offensively once again, but we are figuring out ways to, score and get points and move the ball and do those things. We can fix what we're doing. It doesn't happen overnight. Offenses don't get fixed overnight. And sometimes they don't get fixed throughout the course of years. You've seen in the NFL, there's been teams that have been bad offensively for a very long time. We're not one of those teams. We're a team that's young offensively. We're growing. We're getting to know each other. We're figuring out who we are, and we're doing it at the right time. And as a team, we're winning these games. And I think that's what's important. Now, we're not going to get complacent and say, hey, man, we're 5-1. This is it. No, like we're sitting there in the locker room after the game talking through it. Hey, we got to be better here. This is what we got to do here. Communication here, route running here. Hey, we got to be able to run the ball here. We know that. I know you're all going to ask those questions. We know that. And that's what's exciting because we don't have to have y'all say, like, hey, you doing this? Hey, we know. But we also know that we're going to improve because we believe in one another. And that's what great teams do. Great teams find a way to win a game. Bad teams win with prettiness. Great teams win no matter how it takes. So I'm proud of our guys. I think we're continuing to improve. Are we where we want to be? No, we're not where we want to be. But I'm excited about our offense. I'm excited about the guys that are there. I like the communication that's happening on the sideline. I love the passion of the players. Most important, they care, and we're bonding. We're getting to know each other. That's football. Like, you don't just go out there and play football. You got to care about the man next to you to make those plays. So I like where we're at. I know we're going to improve. I believe in our staff. I believe in our players, and I'm really grateful to be a part of this organization.